Supporting Narendra Modi, Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP. Questioning Narendra Modi, Kamal Farooqi of the Samajwadi Party. Not sure where he's standing tonight, but it'll be interesting to know what the Shiv Sena says. Rahul Narvekar, welcome. Hartosh Singh Bal, clearly anti-Modi. Zafar Sareshwala, entrepreneur, is very much with the Modi group. And Gagan Sethi is anything but in the Modi group, chairperson of Jan Vikas and Centre for Social Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Meenakshi Lekhi, why has Narendra Modi done this U-turn?
I'm sorry, there was no turn and no question of a U-turn. He's been walking on the straight road of governance, and I think to the discomfort. I'm sorry, Arnab, either you allow me to speak or you can cut me and then I'll speak after you.
No, I won't cut you, but I disagree with you.
The fact of the matter is, no, you have every right to disagree, but I have also every right to make my point. And my point is very simple. The matter was between the Supreme Court and the SIT. SIT was ordered by the Supreme Court not only to investigate, but also oversee the prosecution, that is in the form of a trial. So there is a grey area. After the trial, the prosecutor maintained that there should be an appeal against the judgment. The matter went to Law Secretary, and from Secretary Law it has gone to the Advocate General for opinion. Based on the evidence, the Advocate General of the state is going to form his opinion, and that will be our decision. We abide by the law, and that is what the
you're taking a hyper, what I call, you're taking, Meenakshi, you are taking what is a hyper-technical point of view. A hyper-technical point of view which does not add up to the truth.
This is a legal matter. This is a legal matter, yes. And only legal opinion is what validates the point of view. And on a legal matter, everything else is extraneous.
On a legal matter, there are different points of view, and I have one by one. We'll go through all of them. First of all, let's go to the politics. I'll come to the legality. I'm not afraid of coming to the legality on this one, Meenakshi Lekhi. Rest assured on that.
No, I'm okay.
Kamal Farooqi, is this a political decision by Narendra Modi? Has Narendra Modi, who 1 month back decided we go for the death penalty, come under pressure from the Sangh Parivar or the more right-wing groups, or maybe the Shiv Sena or the others, and decided now not to ask for the death penalty for Kamayaben Kodnani?
No, definitely it was a political decision which was not likened by the Shiv Sena, which was not likened by the RSS people and other Hindutva forces. And Modi was criticized by each and every person. And Modi had waited for 7 months to allow the legal department give the confirmation for the appeal that the convict should be given the death penalty. Now suddenly again he has taken a U-turn, which actually is not saying that it was any turn, but rather it is a turn. It is an about turn which he has taken. Now he is saying, under the pressure from the Sangh Parivar and Shiv Sena, that it will be the Advocate General. Where was the Advocate General earlier? He said the
counter that. Where was the Advocate General earlier?
The file has to move.
Where was the article? Where was he? Why not?
The file, Mr. Farooqi, you will do very well when you see the law and order situation in UP and ask where is your Advocate General, where you have not even filed the FIRs in the right cases.
It's very interesting.
Which got killed in 2002, you've had secular murders every month amounting to 1,400
Don't move away.
Every alternate month.
Don't move away.
Don't
move away, Meenakshi.
I am making a statement. I am not moving away, Arnab. I'm making a political statement. When you talk about politics, talk about riots, which were communal murders, and talk about the secular murders, which every 2 months are happening in...
Meenakshi, you're politicizing it to your advantage. I can equally ask you. No. 1 second. Meenakshi Lekhi, 1 minute. Meenakshi Lekhi, 1 minute. The fact of the matter is, I'll get Gagan Sethi in, because from my understanding, the BJP Gagan Sethi says today it's not a political decision. From what I understand, the fact of the matter is that in the Naroda Patia victims 2002 case, activists and even their advocates had never demanded capital punishment or the death penalty for any of the accused in the court. In other words, it was the state government. In other words, it was the Narendra Modi government that decided to do so on its own accord. So Narendra Modi wants to seek death penalty on his own accord 1 month back, and now decides not to seek death penalty. Am I correct?
This is a legal matter.
You see, you're absolutely right. I think let's understand that the BJP government of Gujarat wanted to clear and set up a space that they are allowing fair trial. This is the position they took. That's why you see a lot of foreign governments coming in and claiming that now law and order situation is all right. The government is allowing the normal process of due process of law having taken place. When the sit takes now an uncomfortable situation, so therefore now the Modi government has to retract. The issue is that no human rights activist will ask for death penalty. So we will never demand.
So you are saying it was Narendra Modi? No. Gagan Sethi, are you telling Meenakshi Lekhi? Are you telling her that it was purely a political decision of Narendra Modi to go in for the death penalty in the first case for somebody who has been his minister in the past?
You see, the point is when you want an enhancement of punishment, and the sit wants to go for a death penalty, if the BJP wants to take an overall stand on no death penalty ever, I am congratulating the BJP.
That's not what they are saying.
If it is a selective case, exactly. So if it is a selective case, only for this case, then I say it is double speak. And there, I think the fact is that they have to now retract from a position that they are not interfering with the justice process, which is handled by.
No, now they are saying. Now they are saying, Mr. Sethi. Now they are saying that it is a legal decision. The government of Gujarat has nothing to do with it. Do you buy that? Hartosh Singh Bal, do you buy that?
No, never.
Hartosh, do you buy that?
We don't buy this at all.
That is just absolute nonsense, Arnab. I mean, Narendra Modi is a cynical opportunist. There was a certain time at which this political decision was first taken, and I think there were clear signals being sent out at that stage. He wanted to pose as somebody who will ask for punishment in such cases. It was also signaled to Mr. Advani that here is your hand-picked minister, you are a challenge to me at the center. I killed two birds with one stone, literally. And now circumstances have changed. He has rethought the case. His own core support in the Sangh is taking a position against him. That is why this has come about. And clearly, I'm surprised at the position Ms. Meenakshi Lekhi is taking.
Why?
Earlier in January, the BJP was taking the strong position on death penalty for rapists who cause grievous injury. Now, in this case, I mean, this is a absolute open and shut case. Are they really suggesting our rapists, our murderers shouldn't be hanged, everybody else should be?
Ms. Meenakshi Lekhi, I'm afraid on this one, you're on weak ground, but I'll get everyone in. I'll get everyone in and I'll open this up for debate.
Will you allow me to speak?
I will. I just want to get a first round. Rahul Narvekar, Uddhav Thackeray had said in an interview to me 3 weeks back that Narendra Modi should take a tough line and he should not have asked for the death penalty for the 2002 Naroda Party accused. Do you think Narendra Modi is responding to the kind of pressure that allies like you have put in?
Well, there's no question of anyone putting any pressure. It's the duty of every partner in alliance to give the right advice to its partners. And that's exactly what the Shiv Sena has done. Insofar as the decision of the government of Gujarat is concerned, it's a welcome decision. They need to introspect, they need to decide, they need to take legal recourse.
You don't think it's hypocrisy of the highest order?
Just give me half a minute to complete. And I think it's a fair decision by the government of Gujarat. Insofar as Mr. Narendra Modi is concerned, I think he has unambiguously already established his secular credentials. So it's only a piece of advice that Mr. Modi need not do anything further to further establish this credential. I think he's done enough. People know he's secular.
Qualify that comment in the context of the comment in the context of what we are discussing, Mayaben Kodnani. Are you saying that Narendra Modi government sought the death penalty for Mayaben Kodnani to establish his secular credentials? In that case, is the nature of justice or legal retribution for a person to be based upon political considerations? Are you saying so, Mr. Rahul Narvekar?
Let me complete.
No, why are you linking the process of justice? Why are you linking petty politics? Why are you linking petty politics with the process of justice?
How much ever you may like to call this petty politics, this has nothing to do with politics.
Seriously?
All I'm trying to tell you is that if there is no doubt about the fact that any kind of terror, may it be riot or anything else, needs to be dealt with the most firm hands, needs to be dealt with absolutely strictly. But this cannot be done selectively. This has to be done uniformly.
Is this not selective?
And therefore, Exactly.
Is this not selective?
And therefore, my advice to the government of Gujarat is, do not handpick cases. Have a uniform law for everyone. Appeal in every case. Appeal in every case in the state of Gujarat where in rioting any individual has been convicted. Don't just single out cases. That's all that
I'm sorry, you're giving a religious color. You're giving a religious and communal color to a straightforward case of rioting. It's unfortunate you're doing so, Mr. Narvekar. That too on national television. I'd like to get in Zafar Sareshwala. Zafar Sareshwala, do you think Modi's balancing act is going all wrong right now? I know you're a Modi camp supporter.
No, in fact, there are enough politicians here, so I don't want to make any political comment.
No, but you are firmly with the Modi camp. You make a disclosure of that. You're firmly with the Modi camp. You're a Modi supporter.
Modi, the development program which Modi has taken.
Why has Modi done a U-turn in this particular case?
For this particular, I don't have...
No, why do you think he's done a U-turn in this case?
My concern is the end result.
What is the end result?
Particularly for this Naroda Partia episode, I and also all the victims are very happy with the punishment which was meted by the lower court. I mean, 33 years, 38 years, and particularly Babu Bajrangi, he's been given life sentence till he dies. So I think this is the best possible way of punishing the perpetrators of the crime. And I think this whole process which has taken up, I mean, almost 200 people have been convicted, more than 150 have been convicted with life sentences. Now this is the reason for the peace in the state of Gujarat. Because till now, you know, the riots were happening in Gujarat for 20 years and perpetrators of the crime were going scot-free.
I am
now,
asking
this
you
is a
about
lesson.
the U-turn. Mr. Sareshwala, tell me about the U-turn. There's a U-turn that Narendra Modi is doing. Mayaben Kodnani was sentenced in August 2012, and even Meenakshi Lekhi, and you will have to agree with me on this. Mayaben Kodnani was sentenced in August 2012. The state government, Meenakshi Lekhi, decides to appeal to enhance her punishment 7 months later. 7 months later, much after the 3-month stipulated period. No, it belatedly wakes up to the case in April 2013. One second, let me complete. It asks for the death penalty. Then Narendra Modi comes under pressure. Immediately asks for keeping the death, seeking the death penalty on hold. Meenakshi Lekhi, would you please explain tonight why Narendra Modi is going up and down and to and fro in this case? Does it reflect, in your view, the tough balancing act that he has on the one side, he's got to present himself as a growing secularist at the national level? On the other side, he has to appease the Sangh Parivar and the more right-wing elements within the NDA coalition as well as the Sangh Parivar. So it's a tough act for Mr. Modi, isn't it?
You are so... No. You are very wrong in understanding Mr. Modi's personality type. His personality type is very, very evident and very clear. That is one law for all, number one. Number two, he personally is a Hindu and there is no compromise on that. Along with the fact, whether it's the Hindu group or the Muslim group or anybody, there is no appeasement of anyone. Law is secular and common for all. Now when you're talking about 7 months and 3 months, etc., etc., you go for any of these cases where death penalty or the life imprisonment cases are there and see the kind of delay which...
But question is in this case...
I am coming back...
In this case, one second, I just want to narrow down to the question. In this particular case, Meenakshi Lekhi, please tell all our viewers why 1 month back the Gujarat government decided to go in for an appeal seeking death penalty for the accused, and why today there is a U-turn on that. Please explain to me the consistency of this whole argument. Why did the BJP ask for the appeal in the first place?
I'm sorry. Let me answer two people who I wanted to answer. One was Mr. Gagan Sethi.
Answer me as well.
And one was Mr. Hartosh. I'm answering you as well, so I'll label you along with them the same kind of...
but my straight question, why did he go in for an appeal and why did he pull back the appeal now? Simple.
My straight answer to your question is, when the appeal happens, in this particular case, SIT was following up the prosecution and the trial. State was a formal party. State was providing all help to the concerned SIT and the prosecutor.
Oh,
In
you're
that
trying to wash your
process,
hands
the
off, Meenakshi Lekhi,
prosecutor
now.
took a call.
Now that's not correct.
I am not, and
That's
please
not correct.
understand, that is the manner in which appeals are filed.
I know the
That
manner
is
in
the
which
manner
appeals
in
are filed,
which
Meenakshi
appeals
Lekhi,
are
but you are
filed.
wrong. But you are wrong in this case.
What is the manner in which appeals are
Because
filed?
you are wrong in
I
this
am
case.
not wrong.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you
I
why
am
you are
not
wrong. No, you are wrong
Simply
because no,
because
you are
telling
wrong.
me I'm not wrong.
You are wrong, Miss
SIT,
Meenakshi Lekhi.
I am
Please,
not
please,
wrong,
please,
and
Miss
I'll-
Lekhi. Let me prove to
Narora
you.
Patia, please read the order. Please
Miss-
read the order if you
Miss-
have it with you, under which SIT was formed. Narora Patia case was handed over to SIT,
Miss-
both for investigation and
Miss
trial.
Lekhi-
So trial was proceeding under the SIT.
Miss Lekhi-
After the SIT
No,
held...
don't shoot off the
Are
SIT
you not
shoulder.
willing to hear?
You're shooting off the SIT shoulder, which is not correct. I believe it is not correct for you to shoot over the SIT shoulder.
I don't have to. I don't have to. You're not letting me even complete the sequence of events. And that is
I don't understand the big deal in this.
Any appeal is filed by the state, and state has a role in this area because trial was
With the
assigned to SIT. It
explicit
becomes a
permission
grey
of the
area
law ministry.
whether the appeal also becomes part of the same legal sequence.
The question, I don't know what the Miss Lekhi.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, I don't understand one thing. Is this the first time any government of the state or the union government have they never reversed the decision? Have they never?
Any appeal of death or life imprisonment, this is the procedure.
1 second, Miss Lekhi.
And it is the state which has to
Miss Lekhi, why are you so uncomfortable about a straight question?
Has not been
Kamal
I am
Farooqi,
not
my question was this.
sorry.
No, my
I'm
question was
sorry,
this.
My question was
Miss Lekhi.
You're not finding an answer.
No, Miss Lekhi,
What
let me
is
tell
wrong
you. Miss
in
Lekhi, I would like to.
awaiting the Advocate General's report,
Miss Lekhi, I would now like to. I didn't want to do this, but I will now pull out the facts which will completely expose the fact that Narendra Modi government took one stance in April and is taking one stance in May. I have a gentleman, he's the Assistant Public Prosecutor. No, ma'am, please listen to me now. Assistant Public Prosecutor Gaurang Vyas tells the Press Trust of India, 17th of April 2013, the legal department of the government of Gujarat has formed a panel of 3 advocates. The legal department of the government of Gujarat has formed a panel of 3 advocates who have asked to prepare an appeal to be filed in the High Court and seek death sentence for 10 convicts in the case, including Mayaben Kodnani and Babu Bajrangi, who were awarded life sentence by the trial court. What this proves is on the 17th of April, Kamal Farooqi, I want you to come in. On the 17th of April, the Gujarat government was pushing for a death sentence for these people. I am asking tonight, tell the people of this country, what happened between 17th April and the 14th of May? That's the question. Why was there a U-turn in this 27-day period?
27th and nothing has happened today. Everything is in a limbo.
Well, it's not in a limbo. It's not in a limbo. Okay, Kamal Farooqi.
Matter is pending with Advocate.
Kamal Farooqi is responding to you. He's not convinced. Kamal Farooqi.
I'm sorry, Ms. Lekhi. Today you are wrong because please. No, I'm not trying to convince you. On 17th April, No, I'm not saying. He's simply asking a very straight question. Where was on 17th April? Why the additional ADG was not taken into consideration? Now it has been taken. What is in between 17th April and
Mr. Farooqi, is there any law that says, Mr. Farooqi, there is at least an Advocate General in Gujarat which takes a prudent decision. Please look at the state of affairs in Uttar Pradesh and please tell me a law which says that you cannot take an opinion from the Advocate General after 15 days or 20 days. It can be done at any point of time.
One second. Why are you going to Uttar Pradesh? One second. A question is simply put. I am now going to put the question repeatedly. I am going to put the question repeatedly.
I am going to put the question repeatedly.
Rahul Narvekar.
I am going to Uttar Pradesh because people who have double standards cannot question others. This is the same Samajwadi Party which has been criticizing on your very channel
you make it political.
the corrupt Congress government.
You make it political because you have no answer answer to my questions.
They still stand to support the same Congress government.
You and Meenakshi
so people
Lekhi
who are double-faced can hardly afford to blame someone else
Okay,
and
so
point fingers at someone else.
What I've exposed.
So Mr. Farooqi, look into your house first because you point fingers at others.
1 second, can I just see what point? Meenakshi Lekhi started a line of argument by saying the Gujarat government has nothing to do with it. It is a legal decision. To which I have a simple counter.
Even today.
To which I have a very simple counter. If it is only the SIT whose decision this is, if it is only the special investigation team whose decision this is, then Meenakshi Lekhi, please tell all of us why get involved with this at all.
I'm telling you, that's exactly my point. Because state is a formal party, and when state is a formal party, the prosecution
then now you're going back.
be done in the name of the state.
Now you're going back on it.
You're not understanding the procedure. I'm sorry,
Miss Lekhi.
You're not understanding, or you're pretending not to understand.
Miss Lekhi, I have given you 3 points.
What is the truth?
Miss Lekhi, you have...
I am trying to explain. SIT was formed by the Supreme Court.
Miss Lekhi.
SIT was in control till the trial.
Miss Lekhi.
Trial, a particular decision has come.
You are
when
partially...
appeal needs to be filed, the prosecutor, which was working in working with the SIT, formed a certain opinion. That opinion went to Secretary Law. From Secretary Law, it has gone to the Advocate General for opinion, and we are all
Miss Lekhi, history is proof.
Based on the evidence in the case.
Hartosh Singh, Kamal Farooqi. Yes, Kamal Farooqi. Kamal Farooqi.
Arnab.
Kamal Farooqi, and then coming to Hartosh. Yeah.
April, on 17th April. 17th April. Why Modi made a statement that they should be given the death penalty? Why? And why? If at all you are
sorry,
correct,
Modi has not made any statement. Mr. Farooqi, you are making a false statement. Mr. Modi has not made any statement.
It's a legal department. Madam, I can read out it was the
Mr.
legal
Modi
department.
does not get involved in cases like the manner in which UP runs its law and order.
He's talking about the legal department of the government of Gujarat.
Every case which is filed or not, probably the Chief Minister's office decides. And the law and Justice Ministry is not non-existent. That is not the manner in which other states function.
We'll discuss UP.
Question is Hartosh as a counter question. Hartosh Singhbal. Hartosh to Meenakshi and Rahul Narvekar. Yes.
Arnab, I mean, I'm quite amazed at the way Ms. Lekhi seems to know the mind and the proclivity of Mr. Modi on every question of governance. The question is very simple. A panel of 3 was formed. It was not formed by the SIT. A press conference, a press briefing to PTI is held by Gujarat government officials. Where does the SIT come into this? And at no point has the government stepped in earlier to contradict, look, we have to review this. You shouldn't have gone to press with this. It is only later when the pressure builds up. As I said, this is cynical opportunism. This is playing politics with death. And Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi and the Shiv Sena are part of the same process that we are witnessing today.
I need to go back on the justice given in several right cases, where Mr. Hartosh keeps quiet. So I don't know who's being opportunistic.
Well, I have not kept quiet on any right case, Ms. Lekhi. I don't take partial views like you. I'm willing to criticize both parties. I'm not part of one party. I'm not a spokesperson for the BJP like you.
How many people have gone to jail in Assam? And what kind of comprehensive settlement which has traveled to Assam?
Congress should be held accountable for that in the same way that you should be held accountable for Gujarat. That is the problem.
So please don't
use the pretext of one criminal getting away to save yourself, Ms. Lekhi. Crime is crime, whether you do it or the Congress does it.
You are letting several thousand criminals away, and when it's a question of governance and inefficient governance,
Lekhi, may I ask you something?
And corrupt government,
Miss Lekhi, may I ask you something?
That is your credibility.
Miss Lekhi, may I ask you something? I want to ask you something that must be in the minds of all our viewers tonight. Every time we're asking you a question on Kodnani, you're going to UP. Asking you a question on Kodnani, you're going to 1984. We ask questions on 1984 in Uttar Pradesh, tougher questions to the UP government and to the Congress party. I have also. No, Miss Lekhi.
Maliana also.
Miss Lekhi, Miss Lekhi, you're not a person to go away from the point. 3 points are made.
I'm not.
But tonight you're moving away from the point, and Gagan Sethi, you know, at the first point is
I am not.
Mr. Gagan Sethi.
Please understand it's a legal issue.
No, I understand it's a legal issue.
The process.
I have explained to you as per process.
Complete charge. It has
legal,
not
no
even
problem.
happened.
Gagan Sethi is coming in with a counter.
Decision.
Gagan Sethi to Meenakshi Lekhi.
See, the very simple thing is that the government cannot, I mean, no prosecutor can go for appeal without the law department's specific sanction. We have several appeals with the law department on several cases where they're not answering the question. On this question, they said go for appeal for death penalty. Now they retract. So therefore, definitely there has been a political process there. There's no doubt about it. The question is that what is the face that the government wants to put on death penalty? Let them take a public policy on it and say, we don't want death penalty, and in all cases, we will not ask for death penalty.
That you're generalizing the argument.
I think,
Why didn't we do that?
No, I don't think. I think you're generalizing the argument. That's not the point. This is not a debate on the
I'm
death
not
penalty.
generalizing. I'm saying let them take a political decision.
The ultimate authority to give up opinion on any disputed issue.
Yeah, who
so what's
appoint-
wrong if the advocate general is
this
consulted?
case,
And all of y'all on the panel who are criticizing Mr. Modi's decision to refer the matter to the advocate general, can you show me a provision in law
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, that's not even the issue.
that you
That's
cannot
not even
seek an
the issue.
opinion?
That's not even the
Can you
issue.
show me what
The-
you're
the
criticizing
the
the man
problem
for?
is Rahul
He's
Narvekar.
following
Rahul-
he's following the options available to him.
Mr.
Why are you criticizing him? This is unfair criticism.
Mr. Narvekar tonight.
What has happened
No,
on
I'm
17th
can
April?
can I make one point?
No, Meenakshi and Rahul Narvekar, I just want to make one point to both of you. You're both esteemed lawyers. I admire the expertise which you have in law. But unfortunately, some cases are so clear, so glaring, that you cannot confound the issue talking about law. Because if we want to go back into history, I can also say, Rahul Narvekar, go back into history, you will find that in the year 2009, and Meenakshi will say yes tonight to this, when Kodnani was granted bail and the SIT wanted bail cancellation, is it true or not that at that time the Modi government told the SIT that Mayaben Kodnani is innocent? Is it true or not that they denied permission?
The law in this
Is it
country,
true or not?
Yes, I will answer
Is
your
it true or
question.
not?
I will answer your question.
No, don't confound with legalities here.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, the jurisprudence as it stands in this
You
country
don't get into legalities.
is that you are innocent unless proved guilty.
Yeah.
So if the government at that point of time took that stand, there was nothing wrong with it.
And so
absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Then tell me why on the 17th of April did they ask for a death penalty when none of the activists or even the advocates wanted the death penalty?
Mr. Arnab Goswami, if at all the Modi government did ask for that, they have introspected on that.
Okay.
Better sense prevailed upon the government
In 27 days.
and therefore they have now decided
In 27
to seek
days.
an opinion. What is wrong with
Kamal Farooqui.
What is wrong with that?
In 27 days, Kamal Farooqui.
Yeah, that's the point. Rahul, that's the point. Rahul, I appreciate, that's the point. He committed a blunder that time. Now you forced him to take a decision. Now he has taken a correct decision.
So what's wrong? We at least have the courage. Mr. Farooqui, Mr. Farooqui, when we take a stand, we act upon it. Unlike the Samajwadi Party, which takes a stand but does not have the guts to act on it.
Again, you're going off track.
Please explain your continued support to the Congress Party after criticizing them for the corruption.
Very good.
We believe in walk the talk, unlike the Samajwadi Party. And therefore you will not understand this stand.
Now he has taken a U-turn. That's what actually... Your answer is there.
Mr. Farooqui, learn to walk the talk.
No,
that's the reply to your question.
Rahul, don't get rhetorical.
Can I come in?
The question is, yes, Meenakshi.
Arnab, I want to make one point.
Mr. Zafar Sareshwala wants to come in. I'll just come to you, Meenakshi. No, Mr. Sareshwala.
When Mayaben Kodnani was assigned the kind of severe punishment she was assigned, this very panel would have said, Modi gets a blow. Modi suffers.
Please don't assume such
and
things.
Today the same
Don't make such
panel-
assumptions, Meenakshi.
I'm not assuming. I
You are
am reading
assuming.
from the papers and I'm recalling that particular debate which happened even in your channel.
No, I'm very sorry.
Again,
I'm very sorry there was no
Kodani,
such debate.
the
You're imagining
penalty
things.
which has been given by the court was a blow to Narendra Modi. Today you are painting Narendra Modi differently. This is definitely a conspiracy by which you are trying to first portray that Narendra Modi government sought the death penalty and then you are portraying it is a U-turn, whereas none of this is true. This is a legal process which is still undergoing. It has not reached its conclusion.
Miss Lekhi, I just want to go back to Mr. Sareshwala, but I want to make a
evidence on the basis of which
I want to make a point to you.
has to form his opinion.
I want to make a point to you with the greatest of sincerity. My point is simply this. You say it is a legal decision and government has nothing to do with it. People will ask you, then 1 minute, if it's the SIT decision, why are you getting involved in the first place? Secondly, if you argue we didn't file for the appeal in the first place, allow me, if you argue that why we didn't ask for the appeal in the first place, please check what your public prosecutors said on the 17th of April about your legal department getting involved in seeking a death penalty. The fact is this, Miss Meenakshi Lekhi, you must understand this. You have to decide, you as in the government or Narendra Modi or the Narendra Modi government have to decide which way they stand. And my question is this to Zafar Sareshwala. Is this the dilemma that Narendra Modi is going to face? If he's seeking a larger national role, he's going to be trapped between the image the Sangh wants him in. No. And the image that some allies would be comfortable with. The image that will work at a national level or the image that will work in Nagpur.
No, I think, I am not at all concerned with what image the Sangh Parivar wants or what image, Meenakshi ji, let me, you listen to me please. I don't care what image the Sangh Parivar has for Modi or what the secularists have for Modi. I judge and we judge Modi for what he has done for the last 11-12 years. When we met Mr. Modi in 2003 for the first time, the first question we asked him that Mr. Modi, you have come to UK for the vibrant Gujarat, that is the development, and you want to take Gujarat into a new level of economic development, but all this cannot be possible if there is no peace.
Yes.
And for that to happen, you should have justice. There cannot be peace without justice.
Yes.
And what are you going to do for that? And at that point of time, Mr. Modi had said that justice will be delivered and you will see that justice is being delivered.
But then why is the government getting involved in the Mayaben Kodnani case?
I'm not talking of Mayaben Kodnani alone.
But I'm asking
there are nine major instances of rioting which are about 99% of the destruction of life and property, including Mayaben Kodnani's incidents of Naroda Patia. No. My concern is only thing, and I am happy with that more than 200 people have been convicted, 150 have been convicted with life in
prison.
So I am not concerned whether Sangh Parivar is happy or not happy. It doesn't make any difference to us.
No, but the question is simply, Hartosh, the question is very fundamental. I'm going to Hartosh. The question is, this is the case of a minister who is ex-minister who has worked under Narendra Modi. Okay, first the Narendra Modi government says she is completely innocent. Okay, then it relents. Then she's sentenced in August 2012. Again, the Modi government does nothing. After 7 months, it decides to appeal to enhance her, around the time Modi is positioning himself nationally, to enhance her punishment. Right? In April. Then 1 month later, it says, no, keep that on hold. The nation is asking only a simple question. Why is Mr. Narendra Modi's government changing its position on the punishment to be given and the role of the state government regarding a case in which his ex-minister is involved in the rioting? Why is Narendra Modi government changing its position every few months? I have not got a simple and straightforward answer to this. And Meenakshi Lekhi is trying to say this is a legal process, but that's not explaining the issue, Meenakshi Lekhi. I'll come back to you one more time. I see your hand go up, but Hartosh wants to come back.
See, because there cannot be any simple answer to that. If you read Jyotsna Yagnik's judgment, which is why Mr. Zaresh Safarwala talking about Modi delivering justice is so absurd. The judgment clearly says that as long as the investigation was with the investigation officer from Gujarat,
is Sareshwala going to deliver justice? I just want to come in. please let me...
Mayaben Kodnani, he went out of his way, subverted the process of justice. It is only when the case went to SIT did we actually see justice being delivered. And now Ms. Lekhi is suggesting that we will again take this process away from SIT, and the Modi government is stepping in because once again the process, due process that should be followed will be subverted at the behest of the Sangh as it was done before.
Yes, Mr. Sareshwala. Mr. Sareshwala, quick, 2 minutes.
Mr. Bal, it is immaterial, or it is besides the point who's responsible for the justice. Justice is delivered, whether through SIT, Supreme Court appointed team, whatever. Justice is delivered. That is the end result. The end result is that justice is delivered. And again, I'll have to come back to 1984. Why the SIT or Supreme Court appointed team has not come for 84 riot? Why it has not come for Malyana? Why it has not come for Assam? At least it has come.
Why has the Gujarat government changed its position?
Why
has the Gujarat government changed its position?
I don't think I'll have any answer to that.
A fit example of political interference in judicial process is the Shahbanu case. The Congress has set the precedent for that, and Mr. Modi is certainly not following that precedent. If Mr. Modi has sought the opinion of the Advocate General, there is no provision in law that can challenge this stand. Therefore, I don't think any of us sitting here have the right to this unfair criticism upon Mr. Modi.
Well, it is, you know, the one side Mr. Modi is trying to present a more inclusive image of himself.
They will criticize Modi. I think that is what needs to be highlighted.
No, Miss Meenakshi Lekhi. Miss Lekhi. Miss Lekhi, you know.
Allow me to...
You know, if a Congress person had done so many flip-flops...
In a questionable position.
If a Congress government had done so many flip-flops...
Please understand, the process starts at A and ends at C, D. So you have to go through B, then C, then D.
Miss
Lekhi,
it is
ending at D right now.
Why get involved at all?
Advocate General, after Advocate General's opinion, the state will give its opinion.
Well, you know, Meenakshi,
making it political issue. It's a legal issue.
Miss Lekhi, you made a brilliant attempt here to defend the Gujarat government on this. I commend you on it. But the fact is, you are also a politician. And you know, Meenakshi Lekhi, if a Congress government had done so many flip-flops, which they have done in so many other cases, you have been at the forefront of the criticism.
This government has not delivered justice. They are interfering in justice system.
Actually, this debate should be about the end result. I mean, it's not... The flip-flops don't matter. Ultimately, justice is delivered. That is most important.
150 people with
that is most
imprisonments and death penalty.
The perpetrators of the crime have been brought to justice, and that is the reason why Gujarat is peaceful today.
Miss Lekhi, the fact of the matter is this. You are uncomfortable today because the media has caught on to this.
I am not
instead of this being buried somewhere, we are asking you the questions about the flip-flop. Flip-flop number 1 is 2009, flip-flop number 2 is April, flip-flop number 3 is May.
No flip-flop.
Miss Lekhi, who appoints that? Anyway.
Miss Kodnani was a MLA and corporator much before even Mr. Modi became a CM.
Yes,
you don't know the history.
I know the history very well, but how does it matter?
And again, the opinion of Advocate General will be based on the evidence against her.
Who appoints the Advocate General?
The Modi government will take a decision
who appoints the Advocate General?
Or not to follow.
But so what?
Who appoints the Advocate General?
But so what? It is the right of the Advocate General to appoint.
1 minute, please.
Don't argue. Every state appoints.
Who appoints the Advocate General?
Every state has a right to appoint.
Who appoints the Advocate? Whose advice does the Advocate General go by?
No, I am sorry. The Advocate General does not go by anyone's advice. It is the Advocate General who advises the government.
Sure, like
Please understand the basic system.
Mr. Rahul Narvekar.
Please understand the basic legal system.
Mr. Narvekar. Mr. Narvekar.
That case,
Mr. Narvekar.
The name you took.
Mr. Narvekar. Let's go into. You see, the problem is that both you and Meenakshi Lekhi have tried very hard to confound this legally. Now, let me tell you the chronology of events. Let me tell you the chronology of events.
You have to understand how the legal system in this country works. It is not the advocate. It is not the government that advises the Advocate General. The Advocate General is appointed to advise the government.
Technically, yes.
So please get your facts right.
Mr. Narvekar, please don't be so confident when you say things like this a few days after you have accused the Attorney General of India of taking instructions from the central government.
So what?
So, no, be
So
careful.
what?
Be careful of the accusations that you make on the news tonight. Be careful. Be careful of what you say. Because your logic will be thrown back to you.
You hit the nail on the head.
Your logic will be thrown back to you.
You hit the nail on the head. That has happened with the union government.
See,
but it's not necessary that it happens in every state.
Well, you know.
I think that would be the greatest of insult to every legal institution in every state.
Today
if you were to apply the same principle to every state government.
Mr. Narvekar.
Mr.
Narvekar, please, a long answer is not a right answer.
No.
A long answer is not always the right answer.
You have to let me answer.
No, long answer is not the right answer.
If a handful of journalists are caught who are found to be guilty of corruption,
why are you getting so worked
that does not mean every journalist is corrupt. That does not mean that Mr. Arnab Goswami is corrupt. I hold Mr. Arnab Goswami in very high esteem. So therefore, Mr. Arnab Goswami, kindly don't apply
There are
this
three
principle.
arguments.
Because if some journalists are found to be guilty of corruption or wrong practices, that does not mean that Mr. Arnab Goswami or all the other journalists are of the same kind.
Hartosh, this please, I'll just say one thing. See, a long answer, Rahul, is not a right answer. There were only 3 points in this debate. Just give me 1 minute without interruption, because 3 points. The 3 arguments that have been put forth by you and Meenakshi Lekhi have all collapsed. The first argument was legal decision, government has nothing to do with it. 1 minute, legal decision, government has nothing to do with it. In which case the counter is why get involved at all. Second, BJP argues we did not ask for the appeal in the first place. I have proven that the legal department, the statements of the public prosecutor on the 17th of April prove that you were seeking a death sentence. The third point is not a political decision to which it will be asked to you.
It is SIT.
No, to which it will be asked to you, neither the activists nor the advocates demanded capital punishment for any of the accused in court. Hence, it was only the state government which decided to seek the death penalty on its own accord. I have no answer to why you seek a death penalty and then you go back on it. Anyway, we'll go back in circles on it. The question is political.
It may have been a wrong decision and they have rectified it. They're in the process of rectifying it. What's wrong with that?
There was no decision.
You rather have the guts to act upon and correct a wrong decision than to continue with that wrong decision. What's wrong with that?
Hartosh Singh Bal, quick rebut, then I'm going into a break. Hartosh, yes.
Arnab, they cannot even agree amongst themselves on the sequence of events. How are they going to convince anybody else? Obviously, it is a political decision and it shows the dilemma Narendra Modi is facing. There is an image that he cannot shy away from and he's forced to confront this time and again.
Well, we are going to debate this once again. Maybe next time Mr. Modi will send more representatives or come himself on the news. It's time Mr. Modi speaks out on these issues in public. We hope he does so soon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on the News Hour tonight.